Girl,
Everybody
it's
follow
packed
the one
out
line,
here tonight.
please. Follow the one line, please.
I told you.
IDs out. I need to see IDs. Thank you, ladies. Welcome to Park Ave.
Excuse me. Hello? Can you move? What? Excuse me. Oh my God. You ready to go? Girl, I've been ready.
Well, hey, girl, hey.
Hey girl. Hey girl.
What's been poppin'?
Girl. Nothing, man.
How's your week
Nothing
been?
and everything. My week's been really good. Just editing videos. But that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. I went out last night. Well, actually, I've been to this place twice now. So, this is what's cool in the city. So, have you ever been to Alley Cat?
Yeah.
So, I've been there. The first time I went was maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I really, really enjoyed myself. So, I went again last night. And it's like that crowd that,
It was very artsy when I went.
really?
Like the cool kids.
Yeah. It's like cool kids, and then it's that 35 and up, which I really, really liked. And they played like...
Do they have live music on Saturdays, or is that Friday?
I think so. I think I heard it last night.
Yeah, I think Miriam Echo sings there.
Sorry, I'm eating. But yeah, I had a great time last night. I saw a lot of people, because, I normally work on Saturday nights, but I got my weekends mixed up. So I decided to kind of see what other places were popping, and I went there, and I had a great time.
Yeah,
So,
I like Alley Cats.
very low-key, and, people are just chilling and just having a good time. I liked it. It's not a lot of, like, stunting. When you go to clubs, there's always, like,
It's true.
the dope boys that are, like, standing up against the wall. Like, everybody just seems, like, cool.
Yeah, it's a cool kids place.
Yeah.
They had a good steak night before, too.
Really?
Yeah. So this week, I really feel like I did this Woman Crush Wednesday before. My soul is telling me I did it. But Friday, I decided to revisit an urban classic. So it was raining on Friday, and I went to a Christmas party, but it was like super raining. So I just came home early, and I was like, let me revisit Darrius, Lovehall, and Nina Mosley. And I really feel like I've done this. I don't know if it was Nina or if it was Josie, which would have been her friends.
That was Nina. I remember that.
But when I decided to I posted, what happened was I actually posted a clip of Love Jones on my Instagram. And it was Caramel83 and Jordan Titus 90 commented about how much they loved the movie. And I was like, well, we need to discuss it, because I got some feelings about this movie. And I feel like I really should have like a movie club where I get to discuss 90s movies with people. So the three of us kind of went back and forth, and for me, it was a great conversation, but out of nowhere, I see Isaiah Washington, who also starred in a movie. He puts like a thumbs up emoji. And I'm a huge fan of Love Jones, but I'm also a huge fan of Grey's Anatomy. And Isaiah Washington was actually Dr. Preston Burke in Grey's Anatomy. So I hit him up when he commented on my post and was like, listen, we need to talk about Preston Burke. He didn't respond, but low-key, I think he didn't. But low-key, I think it's because Preston Burke, they end up like, he got fired off Grey's Anatomy because
killed off or something.
He didn't get killed off. They end up like having him like leave Christina Yang at the altar, and he ended up just going somewhere. And it was really, at the time, I think he said like some homophobic shit to one of the guy who played Greg O'Malley. I can't think of his real name, but eventually, years later, he came back on Grey's Anatomy, and he hired Christina Yang to work out in like Switzerland or some shit. But either way, I want to have a discussion about Preston Burke with him, but apparently, that might still be a sore spot for him. But neither here nor there. So the next day, I decided to watch mind you, I watched Love Jones 3 times this weekend. So Saturday, I decided to watch it again, and I put it on Twitter about like something about Nina Mosley being a bird. And this guy at I'm_Cam hit me up and was like, is it going to be your Woman Crush Wednesday? And I was like, I really feel like I did her before, but this is why I'm going to redo her again. I'm not sure when I did her, but I'm positive I did. This time around, as I was watching the movie, I kind of realized that Nina was the reason that whole relationship ended up in the space it ended up in. So we meet a young Nina. She is played by Nia Long, and Love Jones, like I said before, came out in 1997. So we meet, the opening scene is Nia and her best friend Josie, and she's packing her belongings up because her and her fiance had called it quits. So Nina and her friend Josie goes to like this cute little like poetry club or like coffee shop place or whatever, like this bar. And that's when she meets Darrius, Lovehall, and, you know, love ensues. Now, the issue was, after they had been kicking it for, their words, not mine, after they'd been kicking it for a couple of weeks, Nina's ex comes through and was just like, hey girl, I messed up, let's try again. That's not the issue. And my issue also isn't that she felt the need to go, because I get that you were once engaged and it ended and you still want to explore the situation. The problem was that she felt the need to tell Darrius that she was going to New York. So she goes to Josie and I'm underscore Cam said, she had no solid people around her, because originally Josie said, don't tell Darrius. And then Josie doubles back and says, tell Darrius and see how he reacts. And if he gets upset, then don't go. But the thing was, just don't tell Darrius. If you felt the need to like explore the relationship, you should have just went, because you kind of played with his emotions in a sense, or not necessarily played with his what word I want to use. Like, you basically
Manipulated?
You play with his pride. Like, as a man, me and you been kicking it. I've been effing you this whole entire time, and then you're just like, oh, by the way, I'm going to New York. And she never even gave him a timeline. She was just like, I don't know, maybe like 2 weeks. So basically saying, if I go to New York and this shit work out, I'm not coming back. So that kind of leaves him in a space of, oh, all right then. So when she leaves, she hits him up and was like, oh, I thought maybe you'll want to see me off at the train station. I'm like, well, why would you think this nigga would want to be at the train station to see you off to see another nigga? Like, what is wrong with you, Nina? So she goes off, everything falls apart over some toasted oaks, and, you know, it's just a whole bunch of mess. And she comes back and she sees Darrius with another chick. But the thing is, you started it. You went to see a whole nigga in New York. Did you not think this nigga was gonna try to start seeing somebody or get an old chick back or whatever the case might be? So she sees him at the bookstore with a girl. And that would have been the time for me, either she should have called him or she should just let the shit go. The second issue comes because she hooks up with his friend Wood. And Wood is like his frenemy. Like, they all in the same clique, but you can tell him from the opening scene with him and Wood, you can tell that Wood, well, they even say Wood's kind of jealous of him. Hollywood, it was played by Bill Bellamy. So my issue with her and Wood, okay, you messing with the friend. Whatever. The friend takes her to a house party. He says, we're going to one of my friends' party. Instead of her saying, is Darrius going to be there, she tries to act aloof and oblivious. So she gets to the party and realizes Darrius is there, but gets mad at Wood for bringing her to a party where Darrius is at, when Darrius was his fucking friend. Like, how are you mad at this nigga for taking you to his friend's house when you know you mess with friends? And then what pisses me off too when I was watching it, she walks outside and was like, if you and Darrius want to see whose dick is bigger, you can do it without me. And it's like, no, Nina, you're trying to see whose dick is bigger. You fucking with the friends. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then, like, Darrius goes out of his way because she all outside, steaming, Willie beaming. So he go outside to, like, kind of walk her to, like, call to the payphone. This is the 90s. To the payphone because people like the payphone. He walks her to the payphone so she can call a cab. And then her response is, I seen you at the bookstore with a girl. And he was just like, he explained it, but then he felt bad. But in reality, she went to New York to fuck a nigga. She came to this party with your homeboy. You being caught up at the bookstore with a bitch after she came from New York is not the issue here. The issue is she went to New York and she chilling with your friend. So, long story short, Nina, you a bird bitch. And, you know, I'm Team Darrius. I mean, granted, they ended the movie together and, you know, whatever. They play Coltrane's like piece. That's one of my favorite jazz pieces. You know, they looked happy running through the park. You know, they looked like they had amazing sex. But at the end of the day, she ruined that relationship before that relationship could even start. So, Nina, you're my Woman Crush Wednesday because you're just a bird bitch. And I mean, because even like, okay, and I get too, because in the movie, like at 5 a.m, his phone rings, his house phone, and he answers, which I never understood why a nigga, if your phone rings and you hear it, I hear your phone ring if we're in the same bed. So I never understood why dudes always try to like answer the phone but whisper, because it's like if the phone woke you up, the phone woke me up. So he answers the phone and he was like, Lisa, do you know what time it is? And instead of her, because like me now, I would just wake up and be like, who was that? Like, that's me now. But she didn't say anything. And then the next day, she sees the girl number on the blackboard. So instead of her even grabbing the Post-it, because I would have grabbed the Post-it while he was typing his book and be like, why is her name on this blackboard? And why the hell she was calling here last night? But she let it ride. So then like a couple of days later, she asks him, do you think I slept with Wood? And he says, you know, somebody told me don't ask questions I don't want the answer to. But hurt people hurt people. So instead of her just saying she was upset about the girl Lisa, you bring up the fact again that you was like with his best friend, like with his friends. So Nina, I can't. I mean, I'm happy that y'all ended up together and all that good shit. But Nina, you're the reason why you and Darrius Lovehall didn't work out the first time around. And you know, Love Jones, you're still one of the greatest love movies out there. I'm with it. But Nina, you goddamn tried it, and it took me I am 32. I've been watching Love Jones since 1997. It took me all of these years to realize you were actually the problem. So shout out to Love Jones. For real, because then I even called my mama about it, like, girl. And so then my mom had the audacity, because they have like this incredible sex scene in Love Jones. And my mom was like, yeah, because I used to make you leave the room when the sex scene came on. I was like, no, you didn't. She was like, I didn't. I'm like, you never made me leave the room when the sex scene came on. I left the room because I was just uncomfortable. Because I knew I had watched it so much, I knew it was coming up. So every time like sex scenes would come on rated R movies, I would go to the bathroom. So she was like, I did? I'm like, sis, you took me to see Waiting to Exhale. She was like, I didn't take you. I wanted to see it, but I had y'all. I'm like, well, either way, like.
Why did my mom take me to go see Waiting to Exhale too?
Yeah, but my mom said your mother didn't, the way my mom says it, she didn't take you to see it. You just happened to be there because, you know.
Because she had.
She had you. I was like, Mom, Soul Food, A Low Down Dirty Shame. I was like, girl, you used to take me to see all the rated R movies.
That's too funny.
Either way, Nina Mosley, you're a bird bitch. And that's that. I'm still happy y'all ended up together. It's still such a cute movie, but you're the reason why all that shit went left to begin with. And that's that on that. And, oh man, Chad and Michelle broke up.
I saw that.
I was like low-key kind of sad. I mean, I wasn't shocked.
You know what shocked me the most is that he was white. I didn't know that. I didn't know.
That's still really messing with you. Him being white.
It's still because he looked like a light skin.
He did look Sinbadish.
And I'm like, wow, he's white. Wow.
But you know, I'm not shocked. I seen it. I'm not shocked. I hope they would have worked through everything, but I'm not actually shocked that they called it off.
Why?
Because they did what a lot of people don't do. They went through hard-hitting counseling prior to their marriage, and like really hard counseling. So I just think that they realized in counseling that some stuff is just not gonna work. Because like I think like it takes a lot to call off a wedding after it's been so public.
Yeah.
You announced your engagement online. Y'all went
magazine.
Yeah, y'all went through this whole space of he who find a wife, find a good thing.
A Proverbs 31 woman.
Yeah, right. And then how, you know, he'd been saving money for an engagement ring for 11 years. And everything was just so open. So a lot of people would have felt the need to kind of go through the wedding. And then they had to show Chad loves Michelle. Yeah. And it was just so much. I think it would have been easier, honestly, to go through with the wedding versus to pull the plug. Because I think sometimes when you get so far deep in stuff, it's just easier to keep going. Like how sometimes when people get married, they stay because they married. Then you have kids. So now you're staying because you're married and you have kids. Yeah. And then 10, 15 years go by. So to pull the plug so early and in such a public relationship where she's battled mental health and all their business is just out, you know, I think it was very big of them and her to say, even though I do think y'all should have waited till after Chad and Loves Michelle ended, because I can't watch the show in good faith now. I know y'all, because like next week she's trying on wedding dresses. I'm y'all should have waited till the show ended and then be like, by the way, me and him didn't work out. But outside of that, and you know, I still think I like Chad. You remember Chad DM'd us before?
Yes, he did.
Chad, around the time, I think it was when we were talking about Coachella.
And it was that announcement they did
and
about the engagement.
Yeah, and I think Coachella kind of was around that same time. And we talked, I think we were talking about how y'all have to literally stop dragging Michelle like it's really played out. And once I posted it, he DM'd the Recovering Party Girls page and just said, thank you so much. I'm going to tell her. And I was like, yo, tell her that who wrote her lyrics to her songs, because she had some of the best parts in Destiny's Child music. He said, thank you. I'm going to tell her. And then he prayed and said that he helped me and Adrianna find a good man. I was like, Chad, you all right with me? Pastor Chad. You all right with me? Pray
for us to find a good man.
Pray.
I need a good man.
He said a God-fearing man.
A God-fearing man.
Listen,
yes, Lord.
He said a whole prayer to us. I need to find it. Because I might need to read it every night. But he really did. So I think he did love her. But I think it was a lot, especially like when you watch the show and you listen to their counseling sessions. Michelle has a lot of work to do. It came across like it's just a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot to kind of go through, and they needed to like slow. I thought they were just going to slow down. I didn't think they were going to call it they had slowed down. I thought they was just going to like chill, like really slow. Like I pictured them getting married in like 2 years, versus
because they hadn't been together that long.
Yeah, I feel like they were dating and engaged within that year.
Yeah, that is very quick to me.
But they're at the age when it's too quick, right? Because when you turn 38, 39, is dating and getting engaged quick in a year? Because you've grown by that time.
That is true. But at the end of the day, like I'm a firm believer that you can't rush love. Like certain things have to take time, especially like marriage. Like you are committing yourself to one person and you don't know all the facets of this person. And to me, I feel like you have to really, really understand the person. You have to, like, even though people do grow and change throughout their lifespan, still to commit to somebody for forever and you don't really know all the true ins and outs of them, that I think it needs time.
I don't really think, in case you've been dating a person for 10, 15 years and have 3 kids and then y'all get married, I honestly think if you get married within a year, if you get engaged and married within 2 to 3 years, I don't think you fully know nobody.
No, you don't.
I'm not against people getting married and engaged within their first year. It's some people who last. Marriage is 50-50 anyway. You can know somebody for 500 years, get married, and fall apart.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, so I don't really put necessarily a time limit on that. I wouldn't do it in like a week or two.
I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it within a year. After a year of dating, you propose to me, I'm okay. Like a year of dating, solid. Yeah. I wouldn't be against getting engaged. But I do think that the counseling sessions that they did is imperative, because their counseling sessions was actually kind of hard to watch. It was so honest and raw, and they were asking questions that you really don't be wanting to ask because you don't be wanting to hurt nobody's feelings. Yeah. So I think if you are, and this is anybody, I don't care if y'all been together for 15, 20 years, go take your ass down to the local marital counseling and do the hard-hitting stuff, because marriages a lot of times don't end on infidelity. It be like that little stuff that you didn't even know mattered. So, shout out to Michelle. I genuinely like Michelle. So
I do too.
That's that. And Chad, thank you for the prayer. I'm gonna find it and read it every night. But I don't know.
He's coming. Your man,
he said a God-fearing man.
He's coming.
He told me.
We're putting that into the atmosphere, girl. 2019, you gonna get you your man.
Good man, Savannah.
A good man, Savannah.
I can get a man, but can I get a good man, Savannah? Getting a nigga ain't the problem.
Getting a good one. That's
getting a man ain't never been my problem.
That's it. Getting a good one, a quality one.
Quality. And shout out to our fave on this show, Toni Braxton. A legend.
Grammy nominations in 2018, baby.
She got 3 Grammy nominations for her album, Sex and Cigarettes. I know a lot of people who didn't like it. I liked it. FOH, Fuck Outta Here, was actually...
It's very trendy.
Was my fave. What? Fuck out of here.
Her album. I feel like
Trendy.
It was like, I don't know, like the fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here was trendy. Sex and Cigarettes wasn't. Long as I live was not. Let me tell y'all, from when I seen that album cover with that shortcut, I said Toni's about to give me what I need. I didn't even hear the song.
She gave it to you.
She gave me what I need. That song went #1 on Billboard's R&B, and that song is actually nominated twice for like Song of the Year. No, R&B performance and R&B song. Which I don't know the difference between R&B performance and R&B song, but whatever. So Long As I Live has one, but the whole full album, R&B album, is also a nomination. And you know, she had me a fuck out of here when she told that nigga it's been 37 hours, 30 minutes, 7 seconds, and you still haven't responded to me. And I was like, oh, you counted it down to the second, and this nigga hasn't responded to you? I felt her. I was ready to tweet Birdman behind that shit. And then halfway through, she's like, who you think you are? I'm a motherfucking star. I was like, oh, talk your shit, legend.
Talk it, legend.
Talk your shit, legend. And then I knew that song was for me when she said, you must be suicidal. Is that bitch right there beside you? Toni, I too have felt.
Did you check the side of you?
I too, Toni, have felt a nigga was suicidal fucking with me. I too have felt that in my bones. Like, do you like life?
Do you really like life?
Like, I don't really think you like life like you say you like life. Do you like life?
Do you like your life?
I felt Toni, and I was ready to tweet the fuck out of Birdman. So, Toni, congratulations.
Congrats, girl.
I really don't think you get the shine you deserve the way.
I hope she wins.
Low-key, Toni might. Because Toni really, the Grammys really fuck with Toni. And I think something about Toni's voice is very like...
It's like velvet.
It's very like the black dress you never get rid of. Like no matter what.
That's a very good comparison.
Because people really like want to kind of say Toni's this R&B 90s legend. But if we really think about it, Toni did, I think Sex and Cigarettes was like her 8th or 9th studio album. The album before that, Love, Marriage, and Divorce, which was the bomb. Awesome. That got a Grammy Award for Best R&B Album like 3 or 4 years ago. Toni has been on Broadway like 3 times. She was like one of the first people to play she was one of the first black females to play a Disney princess. She did Aida. She's
just a legend, boy.
No, and then even low-key now people do Vegas residencies. But back in the day, Toni was did a Vegas residency. And it says a lot for you to go to Vegas. That means you really have like hits. A catalog of hits. You can't go to no Vegas residency off 2 or 3 hits. Yeah, you need to do a full show. So the fact that she did the Vegas residency after maybe 4 albums, 4 or 5 albums maybe. So that says a lot about just the music she put out, that she could do a Vegas residency like so early in her career. And like now that's like the trendy thing. Everybody want to get a residency in Vegas at this point. Everybody has. Low-key Boys and Men has had one. I think J-Lo had one. Britney Spears.
Gaga has one.
Celine Dion. Gaga has one? Oh wow, I didn't know that. Monique just got one for comedy, which is what you should have did in the first place, Monique. But congratulations on that. So yeah, and the thing is too, she has a hit reality show because we all know Braxton's Family Values would not have even made it to see the light of day if Toni didn't agree to go on it. So shout out to that legend. Y'all gonna give my sis the just due. And out of the 3, I'm assuming Toni gonna get at least one for Long As I Live, because that song was perfection.
Amen.
And I meant to text you this week too, but I forgot. It was have you ever watched that show that's on YouTube, Sidechicks of Charlotte?
Yes! Oh my god! I have been watching that shit.
So XOXO _ Macchiano said we should review it.
I'm here for it.
Adrianna can review it. I won't.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, I won't. Management told me not to give that show no shine and the girls on that show no shine. So
granted, the premise of the show is it's very risque. It's very provocative.
It's not really, because when I watched that first episode, they named that show Side Chick so people can get excited, because there ain't nothing side chick about that. They seem like everybody else on reality TV.
It is. I mean, it is, but it's comical. I love the fact that, they are, they're just living their lives in Charlotte. I love the housewarming party because it's almost like this can't be real life, but it's like you can't turn away from it. I have been reading the comments, and it's the what it says. Those comments, they are just all the same. Like, you can't turn away from it. Like, you just can't turn away from the ratchetness. It's ratchet. It's classless. It's fucking dumb, but it's so entertaining. I hate that I love it, but I tuned in for episode 2.
XO_Macchiano.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I love it. Brinks, poor girl, a nigga kicked out the car. You know, the hairdresser called or told her that the nigga lied, said he had an Uber, but really he went with another girl. And the hairdresser told Brinks, whatever her name is. And, you know, she was just trying to get an understanding. And so the last episode, she confronted the hairdresser about bringing the girl that got in the car with her boyfriend. And then lo and behold, the girl popped up at the hair salon. So it was just a big dun dun dun. And I'm like, wow, I can't wait till the next episode. I want to see what happens. Because poor Brinks, you know, she's just trying to get her music career popping up. And poor thing. But anyways, I love the show. It's trashy as fuck, but I love it.
Did you watch Ready to Love?
I stopped watching it. I kind of, well, I left off. I guess they went to cabin or something. Yeah. That was the episode before that was the last episode I saw.
Well, shout out to the cast of Ready to Love. At this point, Aaron needs to get off the show. No, because like the other guys actually it's 6 women now and 3 guys. There are actually 2 women who really like Alex and 2 women who really like Mike.
Yeah.
You can just kind of tell that the only person that's feeling Aaron is that ditzy ass girl. I think her name is Angel. And Stormy at this point needs to go because she's just there as well. Like, she don't really, I think she understands that she has to like Aaron to stay on the show.
Gotcha.
So at this point, Aaron and Angel can go off and be ditzy together. What I learned from last night's episode is, you know, niggas like drama. They like to say they don't. They like to say they like the nice girl who's cute and mute. They like feisty. They like back and forth, because that whole episode in the cabin was centered around like Mike having drama with Shay and Alex having drama with Tiffany. And Alex and Tiffany had like an all-out like fallout. And like kind of not in front of everybody, but close enough for everybody to see that they were falling out. Only for him to turn back around and be like, I'm sorry. So it was just like, niggas like that. Because she had the girl with the 27 piece, like in her bathing suit, ready to kick it and chill and have fun. But you rather be back down here arguing with this girl. And the same thing with like Mike. Mike and Chili, what's Chili real name? Shay, I think. Mike and Shay, they ended the episode of them going back and forth, and it was kind of like, well, you can leave. I can leave. You can leave. I will leave. Only for them to show what's going to happen next week and him at the car like, why you leaving? And it's just like, niggas really, niggas love to act like they don't be liking like mess, but they like mess more than girls. Like, no, he literally was by the car like, I mean, I ain't really say go. It's like, no, nigga, you did.
Said bye.
You did.
You did.
You called her bluff. Because she wasn't trying to go no way. But you can't, all right, then go. Then why you not leaving then? Then go. So she's like, I mean, I can't go. And it's just like, you don't want to go. He don't want you to go. Y'all niggas, listen. And I know that feeling and that type of drama all too well. Where it's just like,
where I'm leaving. Bye.
Mama, I'm gone. Like
Mama,
that.
I'm gone.
I'm packing. I was in LA once. And me and the guy got into it. So I like took my rolly backpack out and like rolled my luggage out. Only to like go on the side of his like, he lived in like a condo. So I went like down to the first floor, like where the parking lot was, and like hid behind a wall. Only for him to be dramatic and like bust open the door, like yelling my name, asking where I'm at. Where was I gonna go? I wasn't going all the way back to Florida. I wasn't going home. Just just drama for no
that.
reason. I've done it all. I've left clubs. I've gotten out of car. I done walked. Like, I'll walk home then. I done did it all. Get in the car. I'm not getting in the car. I done did it all. Listen. Walked out of restaurants. Listen, I'm tired. I done walked out on this nigga so much.
Yes, I walked out of a restaurant before.
Just cause, and the thing is, you don't want to walk out,
and
but
then
you
they
walk
call
out.
you and be like, "Where you at?
Where you at? Where you going?
Where you going?
Why you mad?
Why you
But then I'm leaving. Where they leading? I done did it all. That LA one was funny though, cause I literally was like behind some wall with my luggage. Like, where the fuck am I going?
You're like, Ebony.
Yeah, Ebony. It was just like, I come on the corner. What? Niggas like,
Leave me alone.
In reality, like, he entertaining me, but where was I going? Like, I didn't have a car. I did not live in LA.
Where was you gonna go?
And Uber wasn't around then. I was just like, I'm so dramatic. All that, just roll my bag back into that house to have sex. All that.
It bees like that, man.
You know.
Makeup sex is good though.
Yeah, that fake makeup sex. Cause I don't even know what we was mad about. I don't even know why I rolled my book bag out or my whole suitcase. But you know, niggas are drama. But apparently they getting a reunion show.
What?
Ready to Love?
Oh.
Yeah.
I would love to see Melinda back on there.
Listen, I'm waiting for Melinda to be back on there.
Queen Melinda. Show up.
She
is out here living her best life.
Show up with the receipts.
I enjoy
her Instagram page.
I enjoy her Instagram page.
Melinda
too.
said, somebody asked me, do I wear the same dress twice? She said no. And she sent a whole picture of her closet to let us know she does not. Indeed, she wears her dress once and put it to the back of the closet.
As a queen should. As a queen of reality should.
You know, Melinda, make sure you have your receipt, sis. I think Aaron.
I'm excited for
Aaron
you.
coming for your neck, sis.
And you need to come for his.
Have your receipts labeled so you don't have to fumble.
Put them in folders.
You know, I don't know if you're allowed to have your cell phone on set. I suggest you print them out.
Ooh,
a quick little
print.
fold and stuff in your bra so you can just snatch them on out and just read. I think you also should have it typed out the conversation, because I don't know if you're allowed to have your cell phone. I just need you to have your proof, good sis, because Aaron's coming for your fucking neck.
Yeah, because he's gonna try to redeem himself.
He's gonna act like you're Brandy Webb from A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. He's gonna act like you can't get over.
Act like you're the problem.
Yeah, so sis, be ready. I don't know, maybe you need to see a lawyer. I don't know, you need to be prepped. But that's that. So shout out to reality TV. So this week we are recovering from family cycles. Yeah. And family cycles are like abuse, money issues can be family cycles, just anything that's just, it seems to go generation to generation to generation in your family. So, you have any family cycles?
I'm trying to think. Maybe, in my opinion, I think like the family cycle for my family would be, how people constantly listen to. Okay, so we have my grandpa, who has 3 other siblings. 2 of them have passed, but for the most part, they were kind of like the matriarchs and the patriarchs of our family. And they kind of set the tone for their kids, grandkids, on how Madisons should be and act and live and according to the Bible and all that. So, you know, their kids have a certain way of living, and then they pass down that idea to my group, my cousins and myself.
And what is this way of living?
Like, you can't talk about your problems. Like, you can't
suffer in silence.
Yeah, you suffer in silence.
And what happens in this house stays in this house. That's black people.
Like they have this way of skirting around big pink elephants in the room.
Black families, we gotta stop.
They like to uplift one. Like, there's always one golden child in each group. there's one kid that gets glorified the most, and then the other ones, they are shunned, or they're like the black sheep. So each group has that one person that everybody loves and they brag about, they talk about, and then they have the black sheeps. And then, you know, it's just like, it's just fake in a sense. To me, I think it's fake. Like, they pretend to be like this great biblical scholars and God is this, you know, they hammer the Bible in your head, and they say, according to this, you honor your father and mother. It was a big...
what you describe is thing. Black families. Black families really do have to, like, let go of, like, tossing the Bible at people all the time.
Yeah.
And they really do need to let go of...
it's just...
I mean, I get what happens in this house stays in this house to an extent, but the way they teach it and how, like, obsessive they are about that, they make it seem like if certain stuff needs to stay in the house and certain stuff needs to be exposed.
Yes, and everything.
And people, I don't think black families equip kids to know the difference. Of what needs to be kept and what needs to be exposed, because you're taught to not expose nothing.
So I think that has been passed down. That mentality has been passed down, and I feel like that stopped with me, and it stopped with my cousins because, well, me, my older brother, my younger brother, and my two older cousins, because we're all kind of like anti whatever they're on. And, you know, it's a lot of like, I'm better than you type mentality. And we're not like that. You know, we're very, we talk to each other and we're honest about things that have happened with us and, you know, you just our lives. But if you were to ask them, everything is completely 100% perfect.
Yeah, that's. And
I never understood that. So I always kind of I felt like, you know, my mom she's not necessarily like that. But growing up, I felt she was like that. You know, everything had to be portrayed as perfect. And then here I come, this little wild ass girl that is that's not portraying the perfect thing, you know? So I think that is just like a cycle for my family.
My family had two for sure. One was teen pregnancy. So my mom really was like, my mom actually thought I was pregnant in high school. I just got chlamydia, so beat that one. No, but because my grandma had her first, she was actually pregnant, I think at 16 maybe, but she didn't have that one. But she ends up pregnant again and had that one at like 17, 18. My paternal grandmother got pregnant at like 14, 15 and had a baby. And then my mom had my brother at 16. So my mom was like fully aware that, you know, she wasn't shy or oblivious to the fact that there's a chance that I might show up at 16, 17 pregnant. I just happened to show up like 18 with chlamydia, you know. That's better than the pregnancy. But so in order for her to like beat it, she just did everything my grandma didn't though. And that was like, I think when you grow up from your parents, you either do exactly what they did because you think they did a good job, or you do opposite of what they did because you just don't like what they did. And for my mom, they didn't have a sex conversation. They always was in church. You know,
same way with mine.
They didn't do nothing. They went to church 4 or 5 days a week. You know, it was really no after school. Like my mom forced after school stuff on us. They weren't really forced to do after school stuff. Anything they did after school was a choice. Like they really and it was a small town. They didn't have anything to do. So my mom was I was in everything. I was in modeling. I was in cheerleading.
Yeah, she just kept you active.
I was a Girl Scout. I was a brownie. I was everything. I did everything. I was in track and field. You just didn't stay home all day on the weekends. Yeah. She really did. We volunteered for the homeless. We volunteered for her job. We were active, like active. So that was like one of her ways to combat it. And then she was very open about sex. Like sex wasn't like this shy conversation in my house. Like, my mama didn't care what you wanted to know. She was ready to tell you. You know, she ain't really, like, we were talking about how when I was a kid, like, I knew a lot of kids who couldn't watch rated R movies. And a lot of people used to go to my house because we had all the rated R movies. So, like, I was putting my friends, I'm in like my sophomore, junior year of high school, and my friends are coming to my house watching Wayne to Exhale and Soul Food for like the first time. And I mean, I just didn't understand that because it's 2003, 2004. I had been watching Soul Food since it came out in like 98, 99. I had been watching Love Jones since it came out in 97. I had been watching all these movies. Either I seen them in the theater for real or I seen them on Blockbuster.
Yeah.
So we were very open. And my mom used to let me read all the black novels, like all the well, she didn't let me read Zane. I snuck and read Zane. But she let me read all the Eric Jerome Dickey books. So Milk in My Coffee, Cheaters, Omar Tyrese, Fly Girl, Sister Soldiers, The Coldest Winter Ever. I was like able to read all this stuff. And I think I wasn't that curious about sex. So, you know, my friend who couldn't watch rated R movies was pregnant at 16 and had been having sex for a minute. But I wasn't interested because it was kind of like, it wasn't so taboo in my house. It was just like, okay,
That's
eventually
good.
one day you're going to have sex.
Yeah.
The only thing I messed up, and like I said, maybe, and a lot of it was because I was young, was, you know, the way I lost my virginity was some bullshit. But definitely was some bullshit. But outside of that, for the most part, and I knew to use condoms. That was the thing. I just was out here being young and reckless. So, for the most part, it just wasn't a taboo. And the second my mom found out I had sex, because, you know, I had to tell her I had chlamydia, she wasn't one of those parents that was like, you're banished and you can never leave your room and you're on punishment for life. My mom was just like, go get your antibiotics, because, you know, your vagina is diseased right now. And she put me on birth control. And I don't really recall her like getting stricter on me, because in her mind, her thing was, you're gonna find a, like, my mama wasn't free. Like, we weren't allowed to just run amok.
Yeah.
So she didn't get, like, because I see families all the time when kids lose their virginity, they be like trying to lock them up and throw away the key. I mean, that essentially does nothing, because teenagers who want to fuck,
They gonna fuck.
Listen, I don't see miracles happen for people.
Look, in the car.
Listen.
Under the bleachers.
Listen. I done seen some stuff happen.
Behind the
in
building.
the boys' basketball locker room.
In the showers.
Right. I done seen some stuff happen. So, like, because she did all that, well, the chlamydia kind of turned me off from sex anyway. But, well, at the time. But, like, the way she went about it kind of made it combative. And, you know, to her, it's just like, I'm just really happy you didn't get pregnant. And I'm really happy you waited a very long time, because I was like well into about to graduate high school and I lost my virginity when my friends had already lost their virginity like 9th and 10th grade. So she was like, that was like her thing for our family. And the second one of generational curse was college. My mom really, she was really big on school. Like, my mom was unimpressed by high school. Like, I don't care what you did in high school. She was just like, oh, okay, that's cute. You going to college? Like, she didn't really, or not even, are you going to college? You're going to college? Like, she was really unimpressed. She treated high school like middle school or elementary school. She didn't really give a shit about nothing. She was just like, oh, that's really good. Okay. Well, in college, and that was kind of her thing, because a lot of her was, she was insecure at some point because she didn't have a degree. And she kind of felt that they didn't push school on the kids in the house when she was growing up. So if you went to school, like, it was like you graduate high school, you go to work. So, like, my aunts at that time, like, had jobs at, like, the local hotel on the beach side. And the beach side is really where all, like, the white people live. So, like, basically y'all was cleaning the hotel for, like, people who were visiting New Smyrna Beach. And, you know, so my mom, and that was really all my aunts. Like, they all, like, when they first graduated high school, it's like they had to find a direction versus my mama kind of gave us a direction. Like, all right, high school was cute, on to college now, sis. So for her, us going to school was like breaking the undegreed, uncollege curse that she felt our family had, because my grandma, my granddaddy, one of my aunts just graduated maybe last year, 2 years ago from college. But for the most part at the time when we were going through school, there was no blueprint to it because nobody in my family was going to school like that. I mean, everybody tried that junior college shit, but everybody know junior college, in case you really are focused, it's kind of a trap. Like you go, but then you kind of don't go, and then you get a real job, and then real life happens, and real bills happen, and you never really kind of finish junior college. So for her, for sure, college was a thing. So my older brother went to Bethune-Cookman College and on a band scholarship. Well, it's Bethune-Cookman University now. He graduated. My mama damn near filled out my mama filled, if I'm not mistaken, she probably did fill out my college application. Like it was just you going to college. So I did whatever. I went to FAM. My younger brother graduated from FAMU as well. My mom actually ended up graduating college the semester before my older brother because her thing was, I'm telling y'all to go to college and I don't have my degree. And what happened with my mom too was she was working in corporate America. So she kept getting promotions, but she had hit the ceiling. They were like, listen, we can't promote you no more because now you're competing with people who have master degrees. You need to get a degree. So my mom, I remember when my mom was going to school. I remember her being stressed out, and she graduated college maybe a semester or two before her goal was to beat us graduating college. So she beat my brother by a semester or two. So she ended up getting her degree. My little brother has his as well from FAMU, and our school is actually my older brother's school's rival school. And my mom said not too long ago about my niece, my niece is going to grow up and all she was going to know is college educated people because my younger brother graduated. Her mother, my brother's, the mother of his child, she also graduated from FAMU. And then my mom's degree and my brother's dad has a degree from University of Florida. So, I mean, that's going to be nothing to her. So when she gets 17, 18, going to school is not going to be this cliche. It's like, well, my whole family got a degree. We all go to school. So that was that really meant a lot to my mom. Especially when me and my brothers got our masters, that literally was her breaking the chains and making everybody educated. So, I mean, I don't really have anything I would take. Outside of the normal Black people's mentality to family, I don't really have much I think is a generational curse outside of the normal. And I think my mom did a lot of that, not shoving the Bible down our throats and stuff like that. And one thing I will do, which my mom was very big on mental health, she took me to therapy when I was in middle school or high school. I went to see a full-out therapist, and she put me in therapy again in college. And she did. I was in love and losing my fucking mind. And then I go to therapy now. I have no problem going to therapy. So, and my mom did a good job with that. But that is definitely one of the things. Mental health, therapy, and actually giving my kids a option to speak is definitely something I would take. My mom let us speak, but I want to go even a step further because I feel like Black people are silenced. Black kids are silenced a lot. Absolutely. And that's definitely, I want to even now with my friends who have kids, I'll talk to them. They like me so much probably because I talk to them like they grown. And not in a fast, not in a grown way. Not a grown way, but in a way. To them like a person. Yeah, what are your feelings? What happens? Yeah. And I think that's something people need to do when it comes to kids, especially kids. And I only can speak for Black people because I'm Black. And I'm not speaking for Black people. I'll speak for my experiences being a Black person. I just feel we don't allow people to. We don't allow kids to express their feelings. Kids are supposed to be seen and not heard. And that's true sometimes. Sometimes you do need to shut the fuck up and mind the adults in the room. But sometimes they need to be able to speak as well. Yeah, that shouldn't. And like I said, I don't think Black families do a good job of saying when and where. They just shut the hell up. Don't tell my business. Why you talking about what's going on in our house? Everything's silent. Don't tell this. Be quiet. Shh.
That's how it was in my growing up. If I said that I was upset about something, they would always say, "You have nothing to be upset about.
Yeah, you should be. You should
be happy.
You have a house. You have a roof over your head. You have a roof over your head and food on the table."
But I always got that. I remember when my parents got divorced, I was 6. I had no idea what was happening and why it was happening. But I was always sad. And I remember my mom, she would always tell me, "You have nothing to be sad about. You have a home. I love you, but
you got food on your table, and you got clothes on your back.
But that really followed me even now, because it's like I feel like, am I even allowed to feel a certain way because I should be grateful? But as I've gotten older, I realized that it's okay to feel whatever it is that I feel at any given point in time. But I think that that's very important, that families should allow kids to
have a voice and have
feelings, even an opinion. Like, they may not like something that, and that's okay. Like, they're their own person. And I don't think that Black families allow, because they want their kids to be a certain way.
And sometimes they want their kids to be a certain way. And sometimes they know the battle that's outside the house. Right. In America, not just in this house. You're fighting a battle with prejudice and being a woman or being a Black man, and you act a certain way, you're deemed ghetto and loud and whatever. So I think a lot of it too, and then a lot of it's generational, because that really was the case. I need to break you the fuck down in this house because your ass might get lynched if you do some slick shit in front of these people, or beat the goddamn death. So that all just passed down generation to generation. I think it got milder as time went on, but I think a lot of that stuff comes from, you need to act like this, because if you do not, this is literally life and death. And if we're being honest, it's still life and death now, just not as, as I don't want to say prevalent, but as how it was in like the 50s or the 60s or whatever. But I think a lot of it is your parents' fear of how you're going to be perceived in the outside world. So, I mean, I think that's going to be a hard balance to find.
Yeah.
I will try. Because I don't, because I just don't want my kids to feel, I want my kids to be able to have an opinion. I just don't want my kids to grow up. Like I said, we were able to have an opinion. I just want to take it a step further. Like, we had an opinion, but
we didn't have an opinion.
But I don't think luckily for me, I could have like somewhat of an opinion with my mom, but I knew I couldn't have an opinion with my grandma. Yeah. With my child, at least I know they can have an opinion with me, and because how lax my mom is, I know they can have an opinion with her as well. So I think that helps, because I think it coming from your parent and your grandparent can change a whole lot.
Absolutely. Of
how the kid perceives life and all that. Because, kids they're not going to like stuff. They're not going to be the same. They're not going to like the stuff you like. It is what it is.
That's very true.
You're going to raise them however you want to raise them, and they still going to show up at 25 and be who the fuck they feel like being. I don't know how that happens. It does.
That's very true. Because, I mean, my grandparents, they used to always tell me that, I need to stay close to home, and the world is scary. The world is
And
this.
it probably really was to them. And they probably thought the world was scary. And it probably really was scary to them.
But at the same time, you've only been in one location. So you can't tell me, and that was the challenging part for me, was that you can't tell me what the world is if you've never been in it. Like, you are only basing your perception of a scary world off of Corpus Christi.
And the news, probably.
But still, you are living in Corpus Christi. You can't. I don't remember when I told them I was moving to Houston. I mean, it was all types of the murders and.
I think that once again is a generational thing, because my grandma says that about Orlando. When I say I'm from Orlando, people automatically think Disney World, no violence, everybody's happy. When my grandma talks to my mom about Orlando, she was like, "It's another murder there," and my grandma's just like, "How do you live in such a crazy city?" And in grand scheme of things, you're not really, but I do think a lot of stuff happens generationally. I think it gets better with time, but I think some people need to speed it up. Like, I'm gonna be one gonna speed it up.
I think for me in my group, I think that like me and my cousins, we're the ones that are breaking these mental habits that my family has, because we're more open to like discussion. We're non-judgmental of each other's lifestyle or whatever partners that they choose. We love God. Like, we all have our own spirituality. So it's not something that I personally wouldn't hammer the Bible into my child. I would teach them about God. I would teach them what I've been taught, but I want them to experience God on their own.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want them to be scared of God because I was taught to be scared of God.
Listen, I still low-key fear God.
I mean, but I was taught that God, like if you didn't listen to your parent, God is going to do something.
And I still low-key fear God because of all of that.
But God is also, on the flip side, something that allows you, okay, hold on, let me get my words together. How they represented God, or they talked about how God he's like a punishing God.
Yeah, but I think that's a black people.
But God is not a punishing God.
That is a black people thing. That comment you just said is universal. Every time I have a conversation with any types of religion and black families, with any friends I know, that is black families. A lot of the stuff you name is just black families because of, I don't want to say slavery because everybody think I always bring up slavery, but a lot of this stuff is just generational from all of that. So like they do like I mean, I heard it all the time because me and my dad don't have a good relationship. You know, honor thy father and thy mother and your days will be shortened. They got beat down to me. So nigga, I'ma die because I don't fuck with my daddy. Like they have black families in general have a way of making you feel like everything you do is gonna get you sent to hell.
Yeah.
And then you grow up, and this was the crazy part about family and religion and black families and religion. I grew up, and you start being more aware of family drama and things that has happened. Mm-hmm. And it's like the audacity of you to tell me X, Y, Z, but I found out that in the 90s, you X, Y, Z, and you were supposed to be saved. And that whole saved thing, you know, you need to get saved. If you don't get saved, you go to hell. And if you don't speak in tongues, you go to hell. Yeah. And you need to shout in church.
You're going to hell. You need to dance. You need to do this. You need a tambourine.
We having Tarian service on Saturday. You need to give your life to God. You're going to hell. Oh, and then the thing is, I still, to this day, when I see like pastors and deacons drink, I still be like, how are you a pastor and you drink wine? Like that still genuinely throws me off because that's just wasn't what my grandma and them taught me. That's not it. Mm-hmm. You can't be saved and drink a white Zinfandel. Are you crazy? First lady drinking Merlot? First lady like Moscato. Who knew? And so then it's just like, I always thought everybody was like fake Christians.
Yeah.
So like I have friends who are deep in a religion and always go to church, but you still turn up on Friday night. How that work? You still going to hell. So my grandma said everybody going to hell if you don't go to church every Sunday and you don't cuss and you don't drink and you don't tarry and you don't pray.
You gotta wear long denim skirts.
You know, it's not. You do have to wear long denim skirts and you do wear Michael Kors when you save. I stand by that. I've said that on this shit before. If you haven't, listen. The way to get into heaven is a denim skirt and a Michael Kors watch and purse. Mark my words. When I get ready to see the king,
you're going to have your watch, your purse, and your long denim?
Listen. I'm about to stock up on that shit now just in case.
Because you want your death outfit. You want your death outfit to be...
I want it to be pleasing to the Lord.
Your ghost outfit to be...
I want it to be pleasing to the Lord. Yes. I want God to be like my child. Look at that denim skirt. Look at that Michael Kors watch. Wow, you even have a purse. You went out your way into these pearly gates.
Come on.
I've been waiting on you. And I'm like, good sir, I have. And I'm not even going to be the jazzy one. I'm not going to get no dirty denim one. I'm going to get that plain blue one, that blue one. You know the blue denim. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That one. That's
the buttons down the middle?
Nah, that's too fancy. I'm going to get the regular one that had like the short little split in the back. Yeah, I'm going original. That's the original jean skirt. That one in the butt, that's fast. You doing too much. You trying to be too trendy.
I want to be too trendy?
Yeah, trendy. That's trendy. No,
shit.
I'm going with the original.
I mean, I just got to add a little spice to it.
He's like my child. The original jean skirt. Come on in. I've been waiting for you, sis. And I'm like, you know what, God?
I'm here.
Here's my day. And then, because they don't wear no tight shirts in their jeans.
They wear like a blousey.
Yeah, because you got to pull it out. You got to tuck it in and then pull it out. Like puffy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's
preferably like I'm gonna get me like a cotton one because that's old school. That's when you have to like the church picnic. You get the cotton one.
When it was like a casual Sunday.
Yeah, you wear the cotton one and it might have a little pocket. I'm gonna have a little pocket right there, and I'm gonna tuck it in, zip up my skirt, and puff it up, and I'm gonna be on my way. And I'm gonna have that watch on. It's gonna be shining. And I'm gonna have a basic Michael Kors purse, the one that got all the MKs on it, because saved people love that because they want you to know it's a Michael Kors purse. And I'm gonna walk into them gates. And that's going to be that. And I'm going to be like, God, I came ready. I've been preparing for this day all my life. God bless.
Woo! Shit.
But
That's funny.
But yeah. So, you know, anybody who's dealt with like abuse? Because the craziest thing about abuse to me is, I know like a couple of families that had like abusive parents, and it's always so mind-boggling to me how kids hate abuse, but then they grow up to be right back in abusive relationships. I wonder how that happens.
So I believe, and I've said this several times to several different family members, that a lot of the elders are narcissistic, and they have this narcissist. I believe that my mom's dad is a narcissist. He has these tendencies. Even when I was younger, it was almost a control thing. And if he couldn't control you, he would talk about you. And he would talk about you to people to make you feel bad. So sometimes I feel like my mom, she does the same thing. If she can't control me, then she wouldn't talk about me. She doesn't talk about me, but she has those same type of mannerisms as that.
But how do you think that happens? Like, it's just crazy to me how you make people feel how you don't like feeling.
And it's I don't know. And even like when I try to, because I don't necessarily know, I know everything about my grandma, but I don't know everything about my grandpa. And there are certain issues that he refuses to talk about. There's certain periods in his life where he says I don't want to talk about that. I remember he told the story of his best friend from elementary to high school, I believe, or something like that. And he was saying how he asked his best friend asked him to be in his wedding. His best friend ended up being gay. So
the wedding was to another man?
Yeah. So
what year was this? Come on, be a trendsetter.
Yeah. So my grandpa said that he immediately stopped talking to him.
I can see that though.
And he didn't really elaborate on everything, but it's just certain things like that. Or he would say that his parents never went to a football game. Because I'd always ask him, how come y'all don't? Because I was in drill team. So I would always wonder, like, why y'all never be coming to my dance shows? Like, why don't y'all be coming to my recitals? And he was just like, well, my parents didn't go to mine, so.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff be generational.
So, so I think that type of mental abuse has been within my family, and I've noticed it with my mom and even with my dad. He has the same patterns. Like if he tries to make me feel guilty for living my life, and I never understood that. But as I've gotten older and I started dating, I was attracted to people like that. Even my ex-boyfriend, I told him, I said, yo, you have narcissistic tendencies. And it wasn't until that relationship I realized that, yo, this is a pattern and I need to get out of this. So I started noticing how passive-aggressive behavior that, guys that I would deal with, that their passive-aggressive behavior towards me. And I was like, yo, like, this is like a real thing. Like, I gotta change this habit because I don't want to attract another person like that. And it is because I'm so used to trying to please somebody that I can't be myself around. Is hard. And that's how it was growing up for me. It's like everything I did wasn't good enough. I felt like they favored my older brother. And because, he was the golden child. He made all the straight A's. He was in basketball. He did this, he did that. And he went to school. I chose a different route. So, I was shunned and he was, glorified. And that's like, that doesn't bother me. So, but it's just, I just remember always trying to do stuff to, get attention from them. And it would always turn negative. So I just stopped caring at a certain point. And that's what kind of prompted me to move away. It was because I I don't want to be around that. But then as I started living on my own, I noticed those patterns were coming back to me. And especially with people that I was dating, like the same shit, and that's what I'm used to. So, but it wasn't until that particular relationship where I started Googling what I was feeling. It's that codependency stuff. Like, my parents were like that. They wanted me to stay.
So you let the internet diagnose you?
Yeah, I went on WebMD. And they said I am a child of narcissistic parents. And then I started looking at how my grandpa interacted with my mom. Same shit. So I'm like, whoa, this shit is really real.
You do, because like for me, my mom's dad wasn't in her life. Something happened, and she tells a story about how he wrote her a letter and was like, "I'll see you when you're 18."
Wow.
Yeah, nigga was like that. My mom was just like, I was like, all right. I mean, like now, like they have a relationship. It's still like not normal or typical, but like, I mean, yeah, whatever. We know, I know him. Because the granddad at my grandma's house is my step granddad. And I mean, I ain't know that for years. But, yeah, so, and then I look at the relationship I have with my dad. It's strained in a completely different way, but still strained. So for me, and my grandma's dad died when she was young. EB died in a car accident, if I'm not mistaken. So my grandma didn't have her dad, but that was no fault of her own. But clearly my grandma picked a baby daddy. I mean, and my grandma was young at the time. Picked a baby daddy that wasn't like a good dad. And my mama, quite frankly, with me, picked a baby daddy that wasn't that good. But then again, she was young. And like I said, a lot of people you choose at 18, 19, 20, 16 wouldn't be the people you choose at like 25, 26. So like that was like something personal for me. Like I'm not against abortions at all. And if I was ever in a situation where I was pregnant and I felt like the guy wouldn't be the dad that a child deserves, and the dad that I would have actually liked, I will be sent in somebody's clinic in a minute. Like I don't play. Like even when I'm like dating I dated bullshit niggas that having kids never came to my mind. But I've always been the type to be on birth control, and outside of that chlamydia incident, I've always been like very vigilant on condoms. Like I'm ready to fight behind a condom. I have squared up over a condom before, but I know, because y'all niggas, that's a topic for another day about how y'all really be, y'all make it so hard to just put on a condom. We are about to, no, fuck that shit. We're about to have sex. It is 2:00 in the morning. I say, WYD question mark. You said nothing. I said come over. I would just think, just me, I would stop by the convenience store and then come over, because at 2:01 in the morning, and I'm saying what you doing, and I don't have no real rhyme or reason, I would think she about to let me be. That's just me. I don't know about y'all, but that's just me. I would bring a condom. Like now I keep condoms. I don't even play that shit. I have my own stash of condoms. But like the fact that you would come over without a condom, and then when somebody tells you to get a condom, you like bicker back and forth.
It's too tight.
Yeah, like I gotta go to the store. It's cold outside. It's late. I got, oh my God, a condom. Jesus Christ. You want me to go all the way out? You want me to go all the way out to go get a condom? Like it's just a whole, like I cannot stand, condoms discussions will get you no pussy from me. Like if I have to tell you more than once to put on a condom or go get a condom, and you have a complaint and it's all this hee-haw shit, hee-haw your ass about my room, hee-haw your ass about this apartment, hee-haw your ass about my bed. Like that is just, that is like what pisses me the fuck off the clear most. Like y'all are too grown to use them same excuses about a condom not fitting. When I watched the whole tutorial when I was in high school of a man putting a whole fucking condom on his forearm. That nigga put his whole fist in a condom. Them bitches stretch. And if we being completely honest, a lot of you niggas be using magnums and need to go get you a lifestyle.
Yeah, you need
to go get you a lifestyle that fits regular penises, because that magnum is baggy. God damn it. Your magnum is baggy, bitch. That shit won't piss me off. But with that being said, so I'm very like cautious and aware of, and conscious and aware, because I don't want to choose. I don't want to do that to my kid. Like I never want my kid to feel how I felt. I think everybody should have a cool ass dad. I think everybody should love their mama as much as love their daddy as much as they love their mama. I think you do a disservice when y'all keep picking these niggas. And granted, some of y'all were young and you didn't really know, but at a certain age, and I'm definitely at that age, you do a disservice to your kids when y'all start procreating with niggas y'all know ain't shit. And I am definitely well into that age of if I get a deadbeat baby daddy, that shit is completely the fuck on me. I'm not 16 and pregnant. I'm not 18 and confused. I'm not 21 and trying to graduate college. Bitch, I am 32 and grown and paying bills. If at this point, getting a bad baby daddy is completely on me. And while I'm still here...
While I'm still on it.
While I'm still on this shit, if you have one baby daddy and he ain't been shit to the first one, that is your fucking bad when you double back and have multiple kids from a nigga who didn't do shit for the first one in the first place. Y'all gotta stop. Like no.
Break the cycle.
Break it. Because it's a lot of stuff that don't have to happen if you just make a better decision. And like I said, some of this shit's a young girl's game when you making these bad decisions and shit. But when you start hitting 26, 27, 28 and you into your 30s, some of this stuff just needs to be common sense. You should just want better. So like for me now, having the thought of having a baby daddy, because I'm not saying I won't have a baby daddy. I'm not saying I won't ever get pregnant out of wedlock. Don't get it confused. What I am saying is I be checking these niggas out. How your mama doing? What your daddy do? Do they like?
Do y'all have a good relationship?
You know?
Do you have a good relationship with your?
Does your niece stay at your mama house during the summer? Oh, does the whole family come together and rally around your nieces and nephews? You know, do you FaceTime with your niece? How your mama with the grandkids? You know, do they pick the grandkids up? Do they want the grandkids? Do they call and ask for the grandkids? Or are they giving them Christmas gifts? Are they calling to see how they doing? Do they go pick up their medicine from the pharmacy? Do they go to the school events? Are they trying to buy the uniforms? What the fuck are your parents doing? What are you doing? Are you waking up in the morning, you cooking breakfast, you buying uniforms, you creasing pants? Let a bitch know you ready to go to the PTA meetings? How do you feel about Girl Scouts? Are you ready to put on the shit and sell cookies? You know? What do you feel about daycare? Do you want the daycare to teach the kids another language, you know? Or are we going to a regular daycare where, you know, niggas is just chilling? I need to know how you feel about everything, but I'm at that goddamn age. Some of that stuff's a young girl's game. So, you know, for me, that would be the only thing I can think of my family that I would want to break. And like I said, a lot of it was because my mom was young. She had my brother at 16. She had me at 20. And she had my younger brother at 25. But at 25, my mom had lived a life. She had 2 kids. At 25, my mom had a 9-year-old and a 5-year-old. And she had a full-time job with benefits and lived on her own. So when she got around to picking at and I don't want to say picking like that, but when she got around to having her 3rd child, he was college educated. He was a school teacher. He had a good job, the whole 9. So that was an age and maturity thing. So I've passed those gap years where I can make those mistakes for no reason. Especially now when I look at people who have kids. Like I don't want to be in it alone.
Yeah.
And, you know, that would be the only thing I would break in regards to my family. Outside of that, like I said, I would just up the talking to the kids and not talking at the kids.
Yeah, definitely.
But outside of that, I mean, we cool.
Yeah.
I just don't want no deadbeat baby daddy. Oof. That'll piss me off at 32. Like,
that's
why I want a nigga who wants this baby. Like, who over here trying to tell me not to eat sushi. That's the nigga I want.
Yeah,
I want
you to go sit down.
Yeah, I want the nigga that's rubbing my feet.
Stuff.
Yeah, I want the nigga that my feet are swollen. He's like, let me rub your feet. I want that nigga to be that happy. And I want his mama to come over and think it's her baby and have to check her every week. Simple. It's my baby, not yours.
You want that.
I want that. In a loving way, of course.
Right.
But I want that. And his mama really can't play because my mama, never mind. That'd be a mess. But, because when I have a baby, Lord bless my mama. But yeah, so that's it. But listen, I just hope everybody got out of this that everything you do not like about your family, you can change. And I know it sounds very cliche and very like everyone says that, but you don't have to take everything you learn from your parents. You can use what you learn from your parents as a springboard. You can
create your own.
You can look at what your parents did and be like, that shit was terrible. Let me make sure I do something totally different. Mm-hmm. And then also just take some of the good stuff. It's a whole bunch of good stuff. My mom used to bake cookies with us. It's a whole bunch of stuff I genuinely love about my mother. Like, I really don't be having that many complaints, honestly, when it comes to how I was raised. But, you know, just do better. When you know better, do better. Especially if you miss Like, I feel like when you're 16 and pregnant and stuff, a lot of stuff just happens. But especially when you kind of miss those milestones, you clearly know you can do better. If you like 26 and haven't had kids and haven't been married, or 25 and all that, you clearly can do better. So just do better. It's no reason for us to be stuck in these black family mentalities, these slave mentalities, these oppressive type of mentalities. You know, everything isn't white people shit. Some stuff is just human nature and just common decency. And, you know, we should expand. Guys.
Amen.
And that's that. But listen, if I end up with a bum-ass baby daddy, y'all gonna catch me on the news.
With that baby on your hip.
Girl.
About, I'm sick of his shit.
Girl, nah, y'all might catch me in handcuffs because a deadbeat baby daddy grinds my fucking gears.
Oh, my God.
Bless, woo, child. But we got a letter. Hold on, let me find that. Wait on it. Wait on it. Wait, did I lie to you? No, wait on it. Or did I lie? Hold on. Sorry, guys. Oh, okay. No, I did. I didn't lie, but I actually don't know where it is. But I didn't lie. Just give me a second. Got it. Thank you for my music.
You're welcome.
This week on Moesha's Diary, this letter is coming from Claudette Colvin. Claudette was Rosa Parks before she was actually Rosa Parks. She was the 15-year-old that sat on the bus and got jailed for resisting to get up from the white people.
Yeah, she was, I believe, on the front of the bus.
Yeah, the white people section. And she was 15. I think she had just got out of school with her friend. They was minding their business. She sat where the white people were supposed to sit. The white lady told her to get up. She said, no, I ain't getting up. And she was promptly sent to jail. Later, she served as a plaintiff in the Browder versus Gale case. And that was eventually the case that decided that a segregated bus was unconstitutional. So shout out to Claudette Colvin. Apparently, they didn't make her... You have to watch Drunk History on comedy. If you really don't like reading and you like to be entertained, there's a show called Drunk History on the Comedy Central Network or whatever. And basically, they talk about how they wanted to do the whole Rosa Parks things with Claudette, but Claudette was 15 and they say mouthy, and I think she was pregnant. I'm not sure if she was pregnant when she got arrested or right after, but either way, they decided to choose Rosa Parks to be the face of the whole, I'm not getting up from the bus.
Yeah.
So shout out to Claudette Colvin. She ended up moving to New York. She became a registered nurse. She's still alive. She retired in 2004 as a nurse, of course. So look her up. Give my girl her flowers. She was that girl. But anyway, so the letter says, "Hey guys, love the podcast. I'm bored in my relationship. I've been with the same man for 5 years. We've been married for 2 years, and I'm done with this life already. It's very routine, and it feels like we've said I do. The second we've said I do, the spark and magic were gone. My mother thinks I'm insane when I try to complain. She's very traditional. Her position is you have a husband who doesn't cheat and provides. Meanwhile, I'm dying internally. It wasn't always like this. How do I tell him I feel that the marriage is failing without sounding rude and ungrateful? I know neither of you are married, but I like this show and I enjoy your commentary." That sounds like the plot to that Tyler Perry movie. What's the Tyler Perry movie with Journey Smollett and Brandy and Kim Kardashian and Lance Gross and everybody in the movie had AIDS? Well, legit, like 90% of the cast gets AIDS. Temptation?
Not fighting temptation.
I'm just fighting temptation. That's a Beyonce movie.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
That's girl from that movie. Don't cheat on him. You get AIDS.
Yeah, don't cheat. Number one, just don't cheat.
You get AIDS. That's what Tyler Perry taught me. Y'all gonna take these lessons from Tyler Perry.
But I would say that you need to have, just how you said it to us, you need to be as transparent with him. I have not been in a marriage like that, so I would suggest that you be transparent. I mean, y'all are married y'all, that's the person that you should feel comfortable with having that conversation. And then maybe switch it up. Go, like, you know, I know y'all probably busy working or whatever. I mean, just be spontaneous to try to revive that spark that you had. And I would just suggest talking to him first, telling him what you're needing of him and from him, and hopefully he will be responsive and open to whatever it is you're saying. Again, and it is not what you say, it's how you say it. So I wouldn't necessarily be very aggressive in it, but just come from a place of love and like you're really trying to figure this out and what have you. So I would definitely be conscious of how how you say it, because it could come out, he could be defensive, whatever. But yeah, just talk about it. Sex, you know, wear something sexy. If y'all got kids, you know, wait for the kids to go to bed or send the kids to grandma's house, something. Cook for them, suck his peen.
Let me cater to you.
Yeah.
Because baby, this, honestly, I've had a couple of married friends come to me about feeling dead in their marriage. One had been married not long, and then the other one actually had been married like years and years and years. And what I realized in both of those relationships, communication, like Adrianna said, is key. One of them actually had to pull the divorce card and was like, I'm like ready to leave.
Yeah.
So you just need to express yourself. And sometimes it's hard to have open conversations and dialogue. And that's not even with your husband. That's with anybody. I struggle with that shit all the time.
Yeah.
You need to, if you don't feel comfortable, you need to schedule a counseling session and then you guys hash it out in counseling, because that'll give you guys a safe space and then somebody who can moderate the conversation as well. And I really would say go to therapy, because they actually can give you guys some like tips and tools on how to kind of get past this hump. But even if you don't, you need to have a conversation. Like I said, I had a friend go all the way down to the point where it's like, I'm thinking about divorce because I'm completely bored and you've gotten completely lazy within this relationship. And once you tell him that, have some action behind it. So start, because sometimes people aren't good planners. So start making a point to schedule alone time. And so you guys can reconnect. And I understand that sometimes life just gets busy. Work, you didn't mention kids here, but you know, I get that life happens, work, bills, then you just be tired, then you just want to come home and go to sleep, and you know, everything just gets really routine. So I think you need to start carving out time to make sure he comes out. But before you start carving out time without him knowing, express yourself. So then he'll notice that you're carving out time. And then you guys can kind of work together. And then hopefully he can start carving out time and set up dates as well. But have the conversation. But once you have the conversation, just don't leave it on the table. Have the conversation and then be like
a plan
1 or 2 days or one weekend out a month or whatever the case might be. We are doing something that's not in this house.
Yeah.
And at least the great sex. And not even just great sex, but just time to just enjoy each other. I mean, great sex is great, but time to just enjoy each other and have a conversation and reconnect and start doing things that you did before y'all got together. If y'all like movies, if you like bowling, if you like to fair, if y'all like to eat, whatever the case might be, start doing something together. But have the conversation to the point of like, this is how I feel. This is how you're making me feel. I can't continue in this relationship like this. And then I'm going to start scheduling time for us to do stuff together, and then try to maneuver him into also not necessarily scheduling time, but you guys start scheduling days, and then you guys alternate on basically who get to cater to who, or who gets to pick the functions, or whatever the case might be. Because, you know, when people be bored in their marriages, a lot of people can see how good their marriage is, meaning financially, and how good their kids are doing, and how they look good to the outside world. So they stay in those marriages and then they start cheating. But like I told y'all, that should be ended like a Tyler Perry movie. I'm being facetious kind of when I say the Tyler Perry movie, but especially when I got older, when I started like being more aware of people's marriages that I knew, when you get bored, it leaves a playground for bullshit. Everybody I knew who was frustrated, bored in their relationship cheated. And cheating did not make it better at all. At no, I've not seen a situation where you cheated and that
Adding
nigga.
a third party to your relationship doesn't make it better.
I ain't never seen a situation where a nigga you cheated on a nigga or people cheat. Well, I would say a nigga because niggas will leave you if you cheat on them. But I've never seen a situation where a woman has cheated on a man and a man came home and was like, you cheated on me. How do I make this relationship better? That is not how that goes. When you cheat, they be ready to leave you. And guess what happens? They leave you and be happy somewhere else and you be looking crazy. That's another Tyler Perry movie, A Family That Prays. So now Lathan was cheating with that white man that whole time. And the second she got caught, that black man went and flourished. And was happy and was popping. And she looking like Boo Boo the Fool in the projects. I think she had lost her house too. Because it really did look like she was living in the projects, which I was really confused about. Tyler Perry, because how did she lose the money? I just got a lot of questions about that particular part, Tyler Perry, but that's another conversation for another day.
Yeah.
But let Tyler Perry movies be a lesson. You cheat, you either get AIDS or you stay in the projects. I feel like I reference Tyler Perry a lot, but Tyler Perry really been out here teaching y'all lessons. So, good luck. Communication's key. And that's the show for this week. That's all I got.
You cheat, you get AIDS, and
That's
you're going to end up in the projects.
That's all I got. A Family That Prays and Tyler Perry Presents Temptations or whatever. That's all I got for you. Watch a Tyler Perry movie and you'll see your life play out.
Hysterical.
So guys, that's it. I'll probably go to Cheesecake today. I did tell you I'm eating my way through different cheesecakes.
Have you?
I don't know how this happened. It started off one day I just wanted a Cobb salad. And then I was like, wow, I want a cheesecake. So I got a red velvet cheesecake. And I was like, God, I wonder what would happen if I just tasted cheesecakes. So then I went the next day, I got a Cobb salad, and then I got the cookie dough. No, I got the Hershey one. By the way, I would not get the Hershey one again.
Is that I bet that's like diabetes.
I mean, they're all diabetes. I'm definitely dying slow. Definitely need to get some insulin. I didn't really like this. definitely dying slow. The Hershey one wasn't my fave because it was just like a lot of chocolate. I don't really like chocolate mousse. And then I went and got the chocolate cookie dough, which was really good, but I think it kind of made my stomach hurt because I thought it was gonna be like little chunks of chocolate chip. It's like a whole fucking raw cookie in the middle of that goddamn cheesecake. No. I thought it was gonna be like cute little bloop bloop little chocolate bits. No, bitch. It was like
a whole
a cookie of cookie dough. But it was like weirdly good. Like I kind of want to get it again. And like the crust was like Oreo. And then I tried a fourth one. I can't remember what the fourth one was. Oh, the Cinnabon cheesecake.
So you're just taste testing cheesecake.
Yeah, so apparently I'm eating my way through. I mean, when I'm 100 pounds and a diabetic, I don't know what's going to happen. But right now it's cool. The Cinnabon one was really sweet because Cinnabons are super sweet.
Yeah.
It weirdly tastes good, but it's nothing. I realize that cheesecakes isn't something like you buy a whole cheesecake and you like keep it in your, like if I lived alone, I wouldn't buy a whole cheesecake and eat off of it for like a week. Cheesecakes are definitely, you buy one.
You buy, you eat now.
You buy, you eat now, and then you don't buy again till the next month. Apparently, I've had 4 in like 7 days, but it's neither here nor there, no judgment.
You need to drink a lot of water.
I have been drinking a lot of water. I mean, I eat a Cobb salad when I do it, bitch.
That's
And if it's any consolation, I didn't finish the Hershey cheesecake because I don't think I really like mousse.
That's a lot of sugar. You need to watch that.
You know,
give yourself a break.
I am. My dad has really bad diabetes, so I decided. I mean, I might finish eating. No, he really do. I decided though. Because they don't have, I feel like I want to try to limit line. It's like 2 more I'm going to try. I'm not going to eat my whole way through all of them because it's like 1,000 of them.
Right.
But I do want to try 2 more that I seen.
Okay, bitch. You're going to be my 600-pound life. I'm going to be coming over.
And we're going to be taking this podcast with this computer, right? It don't matter. We still tape it.
You're going to have your little one thing frying pan. Frying some chicken.
We're going to take this podcast show and y'all wonder why Adrianna doing the live shows and I'm on speakerphone.
Fucking cheesecake.
Yeah, all the cheesecakes. I'm on speakerphone and Adrianna sitting in front of y'all at a live show. Call me, dial me in, sis. Get me on the line. So that's that, guys. You guys, slow my roll. I'm NatoyaEbony on all social media. That's Facebook, that's Instagram, that's Twitter, that's Snapchat, that's all your faves. I'm NatoyaEbony. It's Recovering Party Girls on Twitter, and no, I'm lying to you. It's Recovering Party Girls on Instagram and Facebook. It's Party Girls Pod on Twitter. It's Recovering Party Girls Letters if you want to send us some of your Moesha's Diaries questions. Shout out to everybody who has commented, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Whatever platform you listen to, subscribe. But shout out to everybody that comments, that likes the post.
Yeah.
Shout out to the girl, I'm not going to say her name, but we had a whole conversation about sucking dick. Girl, she wants to be saved. So apparently she listened to one of the old episodes where we were talking about dick, and I think you said you got lockjaw or could get lockjaw. Apparently she got, why you act like you got lockjaw right now?
Because I just thought about it.
Seriously. So she apparently has lockjaw. It's called TML or something. TMJ. Okay. So she has TMJ. She said her orthodontist actually diagnosed her. And I was like, good sis, your orthodontist know you sucking dick. Please don't think your orthodontist, because she's like, the orthodontist didn't say, stop acting like you got lockjaw. She said the orthodontist didn't say it was from giving head. The orthodontist said it was from overusing the muscle. And I was like, trust me, the orthodontist know you sucking dick. But apparently her goal is to be a housewife. So she's seeing some older guy. So she says she sucks his dick every time she sees him. I'm like, what you mean every time, sis? She was like, every time. So I'm like, oh.
Damn.
I was like, well, more hands, less mouth. I'm like,
yeah, you have to,
both hands.
Both hands.
Gotta get stack them up. Stack them up. Stack them up like bomb. Stack them up.
Yeah.
Stack them up like, what's this? What's this?
Yeah.
Like the grease.
The grease.
The stack.
Yeah.
You gotta, and you gotta twist.
You gotta twist. But you gotta put spit on it.
But you gotta twist, and it's also spit. Like it's a weird twist. You twist.
It's like a finesse.
It's
like
a finesse.
And the penis.
You know how you pretend like you're playing like a horn
or flute?
A flute, yes. Or like what's the one that from high school? The little
recorder.
A recorder. You remember the recorder?
Yeah, bitch. I was a recorder queen. Okay, I wore my mother out. She said, "Stop saying that."
Girl, you gotta like maneuver your hands and act like you're playing a recorder. Like tap dance the fingers on it as well.
Tap the fingers on that dick.
Yeah, girl. Less mouth, more hands.
Double stack it.
You gotta double stack the hands always.
And then just put a little bit at the top. Put your mouth over the head.
And every blue moon you can go all the way down and do all your fancy stuff.
This is surprise though.
A surprise. That is. It's a surprise. But more hands.
That'll save you from that
TMJ.
Because that's a scary feeling, girl.
Nah, because then she was saying, because then I was like, well, since you sucking, like, what are you doing? So she said, like, the only thing she did was suck him up with ice. And I'm like, listen.
Suck him up with ice?
Yeah, you can. Don't use too much ice, though, because then it's counterproductive. You get it? Because it's still ice.
It's like a little cube.
But a small one that can melt fast.
Gotcha.
Don't,
you blow on dick?
Listen, me and this girl had a conversation. I was like, listen, how nasty do you want to get, sis? I can help you. I'm here for your goals. If you want to be this nigga's housewife and you think sucking dick is how you going to get there, how nasty are you willing to get? Because I might have some pointers for you, sis. So we had a lengthy conversation about fellatio.
Right.
And I'm like, hey girl, I got some tricks that might help you get to your end goal. I don't know if it will, but I can give you
can spice it up.
I can give you a suggestion or 5.
Right.
And so good sis, I'm not gonna say your name, I'm not gonna put you out there. You're a cute girl from the picture. I hope you get saved. If that is your goal, I'm praying for you. I want you to get saved, and I hope you take some of my suggestions. How nasty do you want to get? That's all I ask. How far are we willing to go on this list?
Slob on the knob.
How far are we trying to go? It's some stuff.
Like corn on the cob.
Are you familiar with the gooch? How do you feel about that? Like,
the gooch?
How do you feel? I got to. What do you want to know, sis?
Balls.
What do you want to know, sis?
Put them balls in your mouth, girl.
What do you want to know, sis?
Put them balls in your mouth.
Have you tried Altoids? What do you want? Well, let's talk, sis.
Altoids.
We can get lifty, sis.
Altoids on the dick?
We can get lifty, sis. I know some things.
Really?
Now, sis, how far?
Now, you put it on your tongue and then
how far you want to go, sis?
Damn. Altoids.
You know when you bite into mints and you go like, you suck in air?
That's what they feel?
You know how it feels in your mouth?
Uh-huh. Oh.
Yeah. How nasty are we trying to get, sis?
Oh.
Talk to NatoyaEbony. I'm here for you, sis. I listen.
It's like a coolant.
Listen, it is. Listen, if you trying to get saved, sis, I'm with you. I like people to get their dreams. I don't judge people's dreams. She put it just like that. I'm trying to be a housewife, okay? Question mark. I was like, and I promptly put, how nasty are you willing to get?
And how willing was she next?
She was willing.
Okay.
I was like, hey girl, I got
Is
some
there a time frame?
I don't know. I got some suggestions though.
Did you give her the suggestions?
I definitely did. I'm here to help. Who am I to stop somebody?
Altoids.
Who am I to stop somebody from getting what they want? I want
Nice.
blessings. I'm sending out, but that's a blessing.
Balls and gooch.
I just, hey, scrotums, girl. I don't know how
Do you suck the balls?
how far are we?
Do
going?
you suck the balls?
I'm not against them. They didn't have a problem. I'm just saying.
Now, do you lick the gooch? Or do you
I'm
put
not
your
going to go through
finger-
all this on this podcast.
Do you put your finger on the gooch while you're sucking the balls?
Not going to go through this on the podcast. Not. My mama peeks through this podcast. Not.
Oh,
Let's just say what I said. We can talk off air. Whatever you want to off air.
Okay.
I'm just saying, how nasty do you want to get, sis? I got some arsenal of things I can bestow on
Let's
you.
go ahead and end this podcast. I got a couple of questions.
Yeah, I'm not against a lot of stuff, sis. So
I got a couple of questions.
So I hope, old girl, I hope my suggestions helped you. I send blessings and prayers and good faith to your endeavors. And,
get that gooch, girl. That'll get him.
Get that gooch. This is a childish show. Who are you? And introduce yourself so we can go. Jesus Christ. This took a nosedive. This is about family and breaking curses and how we need to help our black people and black families need to stop having slave mentalities. And the shit's ending with licking gooches. Introduce you. Who are you so we can go?
I'm Miss Cool in the city, motherfuckers.
Miss Cool
underscore.
The letter N in the city. You guys, this has been great.
Lick the gooch.
I will not end on that. You guys have a blessed week. And I'm not going to let this girl do this.
Gooch.